Hey everybody, I am Caroline Rudderman and I am a Reiki Master Teacher, and I am here just to show you a very quick and simple routine for activating your Reiki. So if you haven't watched a Reiki attunement video, go ahead and start there. If you've already received an attunement or you just don't feel like it, that's okay too. But I'm going to show you a really basic routine that is just a quick pick me up if you're feeling a little tired, a little lethargic, or even just like kind of frazzled. We all have those days where we've drank a little too much coffee. Take a big breath in, or we just kind of get knocked on our butt. So we're going to start holding our abdomen. So I'm a little bit lower on the camera. I'm going to reach in and show you guys here where I am. So we're going to start with the solar plexus here. The solar plexus, so I want you to think of like this is still the ribs, but the ribs have kind of started to splay out. So one hand here, and the other hand is going to be right here at your heart center. And exhale. And if you're feeling like you want to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you feel like you want to watch the screen, take a big breath in, but see if you can soften at the front of your forehead. You might be feeling absolutely nothing. I did daily self-treatment after my first Reiki workshop. Daily self-treatment for 2 years before I felt anything. But I felt my anxiety reduce after. So I noticed something. There you go. Take a big breath in. And sigh it out. We're going to bring you down to the hips. So we started at solar plexus and heart center. We're moving down towards waist and hips. You might feel like you want to be a little lower down. Go for it. But part of the reason why I want you to encourage the hips is because a lot of us have lower back tightness. A lot of us sit for extended periods of time. So, my thumb is kind of behind, right? And the fingers are in the front here. So we're just giving it a little bit of space. And maybe you soften your shoulders. Maybe you can soften your wrists. Maybe you soften the whole right side of your brain, the left side of your brain. Maybe you imagine your sinuses and your jaw are softening. And exhale. And for those of you who feel like maybe this is all make-believe, so what? If we're pretending that we're taking care of ourselves, what's the harm in that? What if we really are taking care of ourselves? And the third hand position, so this is just a really simple routine, is to go towards, you can kind of do low abdomen, right here. You can do kind of top and bottom. So when we are a little higher up, I'm a petite human, so up here at the solar plexus, the ribs, but I might be kind of here holding my whole abdomen, so I'm a little bit lower. There you go. Take a big breath in. Exhale. You don't have to fix anything. You are not broken. Sometimes we have to pivot. if that's enough for you, that's perfect. That can be a 5-minute routine where you start at the heart and solar plexus, move down to the waist, and then kind of support the low abdomen or the you know, whole tummy digestive. If you're like, well, Caroline, I have 3 more minutes. Let's carry on. So take a big breath in. So I'm kind of bringing you, this is a spot that I do a lot. If you watch my videos, you'll see that I really love working on the base of the skull, because that is an area for me that I hold a lot. And I've learned how to release. But I still hold a lot, but I still learn how to release. Because this is such a energy superhighway, right? From our brain, this part of our nervous system, all the way down the spine. If we're feeling constrictions around the muscles, around all of that whole region, all the squeezies, it's going to impact. It's going to impact us. Right? Sometimes it starts with the jaw, sometimes it's the shoulders, right? Sometimes it can kind of start affecting us when we're like this, right? So this is just allowing the central nervous system at the base of the skull to begin to soften. You might not like holding your arms up the way that I'm holding my arms up. So if you feel like you need to like lay back, lay back. Alternately, you can interlace the fingers behind, and you can use the grip, that like really gentle grip, that traction here. If you have arthritis or if that hurts to do it, don't do it. It might be easier just to lay down completely and do this. If you have shoulder mobility issues, this might not be a position you're able to access at all. You cannot do Reiki wrong. You cannot mess up. Yes, you can make it more efficient, like anything. If you've been sharpening pencils for 50 years, you probably can sharpen pencils pretty quickly versus when you have only sharpened 2, right? So we learn efficiency. We learn skill building around this. Okay, here's our last position for the sequence for this, just a quick reset. Okay, so if you don't want to touch your own throat, you don't have to touch your own throat. When I'm working on other people, I don't touch throats. I might hover or beam. Right? I might be a little closer, I might be further away, I might be even here. If it's my throat, I don't mind. And I'm working the top of the head here. Take a big breath in. And even just a little gentle press on the top of the head can take some of the effort from the shoulder out. So if it's kind of a lot of work to hold the shoulder up, just know that you can press just a tiny bit, not like at 100%, but at a 10%. And it kind of takes a little bit of the pressure off. That sigh just came out. And even here, it's funny because I'm feeling my low back release. I'm going to move my hands back to the waist because that feels like that's what my body's asking for right now. So go ahead and move your hands to a part of your body that it feels like you just want to go. It could be the ears, the eyes, top of the head, the jaw, the heart, the shoulders, right? The tummy, the knees, anywhere. wanting to come back to the heart. I feel like I can't get enough of the good heart energy lately. There you go. Take a big breath in. My guru, my spiritual teacher, Amma, is coming into town to the Boston program in the US 2024. And she's coming in a few days, and it's like I can already feel the opening. Take a big breath in. It just makes me want to spend more time in the heart. Feels very nourishing. There you go. Take a big breath in. And exhale. And the last little piece of advice that I'm going to leave with you is that if you don't know how long to stay in a hand position for, the general rule of thumb is 2 minutes per hand position. Very general rule of thumb. It's not hard and fast. You might spend 10 minutes here and then fall asleep. You might only get to the belly, and that's fine too, okay? So however you organize it, but the sequence, this really simple sequence for kind of coming back to center that my guides have offered you is simply the heart center, the abdomen. This is kind of where we start, the waist, right? The low belly, a little off camera, low belly. That can be 5, 10 minutes, 30 minutes by itself. If you want to keep going after that sequence, you can start doing the brain stem, right? Like this behind. My first Reiki teacher used to call this the beach. Imagine if you're laying down, just soaking up the sun. And then coming to the throat and the top of the head. So that's just a quick five sequence hand position that you can follow if you're feeling a little bit like la, 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 la. You can't do it wrong, you can't mess it up. When you want to start it up, you just say, go Reiki, go. All right, I'm going to scoop up all this beautiful learning and curiosity and exploration, giving it all a kiss, sending it away. All right, have a fabulous rest of your day.